Hello everybody, Sam here. In this video we're going to look at some good examples of how to thread a sport climbing anchor. It should be useful for indoor rope climbers just starting to head out, or anyone who finds themselves in a bit of a mess with this and just improvising a different solution at the top of every climb. When you do go climbing, it should be about having fun with friends in beautiful places. We don't want to be stressed about the ropework side of things, so hopefully this video will help. Okay, great. Let's dive into an example. Simplest one first. If you're going to climb the route again, you can just lure off on 2 quick draws. This is generally good etiquette as it reduces the wear on fixed equipment. It's also super quick and easy. Having the opening gates of the carabiners in opposite directions makes this pretty secure. Make sure you're happy that the anchor bolts and rock is good, and check your belayer is awake.
Okay, on you, Ho.
You want to pay attention that the carabiners are hanging nicely, that they're not being stressed over any rock edges. Often just using different length quick draws will solve this problem. To actually thread the anchor once you're done with the route, start by clipping one of the belay bolts just like any normal clip on the route. Use a spare quick draw to clip directly between the bolt and your harness's belay loop. It can't come unclipped as long as you're resting your weight onto it. You're always on belay during the rethreading, so there's no reason to shout down safe or off belay, anything that might make your belayer think they can take you off the rope. A bight of rope can now be threaded through both of the lowering rings. Thread through just enough to tie a figure of 8 or overhand on the bight. Clip this onto your harness belay loop with a locking carabiner. This is what we're actually going to lower off on in the end. Down below, your belayer can now take in any slack rope. The quick draw here can be removed, that's not doing anything anymore. And at this point, we can undo the original tie-in. Notice there is zero possibility of dropping the rope as it's already attached to the harness and ready to go. Pulling through the long tail makes it easy to see that you've done everything correctly.
Okay, on you, Ho.
Finally, you can unweight the quick draw so you're fully back on your belayer and ready to be lowered down. Back on the ground, you can pull down the rope and move on to the next climb. If you're using a lanyard, then you clip in directly to the anchor with that. Adjustable lanyards make it easy to get into a comfy position, and they're kind of reassuring, especially useful on longer multi-pitch routes. Again, it should be kept weighted and everything else is done the same way. So you feed through a bight and clip into it before undoing the original tie-in and lowering off. Some anchor setups are even simpler than this one. It's common to find 2 bolts joined with a chain to a single lowering ring. It's the exact same process, but you only need to pull the bight of rope through the one lower off ring. Another type of anchor you'll come across are these twin resin bolts. They have a nice smooth internal shape so we can lower off them directly. The problem with these and some other types of anchor setup is that there isn't enough space to pull a bight of rope through, so we need a solution for that. Main principles are the same as before. We're still on belay from below, and we need to ensure it's impossible to completely drop the rope. To sort this, pull up a little bit of slack and attach it with a clove hitch or other suitable knot to the belay loop. This means you can untie the original tie-in and thread the end of the rope through the lower off anchors. You can then retie or do a figure of 8 on the bite with a screw gate and lower off on that. Don't forget, not all bolts are suitable for this, and you need that nice smooth shape that isn't going to damage your rope. Okay, a couple of final points. Be sensitive to what's normal best practice for the area you're climbing in. Do your research, ask around, and set a good example. You never need to rush threading anchors. Communicate well as a climbing team. Make sure you're in the habit of tying a knot in the end of your rope so it cannot accidentally slip through the belay device when lowering off if the rope isn't long enough. Do your best to look after our crags while you're out and about, and most importantly, have fun. Please do get in touch with any comments or questions, and thanks for watching.